Did you know that there is a specific medical protocol that can naturally reverse erectile dysfunction in men over 50 years of age without the need for medication? And that includes exercises so effective that they can literally open the veins of the penis, improving blood flow by up to 40%. If you've noticed that you don't have the same answer as you used to, if you feel like you've lost trust in intimacy, or if you simply want to prevent these problems before they appear, stick around until the end because I'll reveal 7 revolutionary exercises that go far beyond the typical Kegel exercises. And the latter method will really amaze you with its simplicity and effectiveness. Hello, I'm Dr. Karol Smith, a specialist in regenerative medicine and men's health, and for more than 15 years I've dedicated my practice to helping men regain their sexual vitality naturally. In my practice, I have seen extraordinary cases of recovery that I did not even think possible when I started my career. Men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s who had lost all hope, who believed that their intimate lives were over forever, have managed to regain not only their sexual function, but also the confidence and passion they thought were lost forever. The secret is not in expensive pills or invasive treatments, but in understanding how the penis blood circulation really works and how we can optimize it with specific and scientifically proven exercises. During my years of research and clinical practice, I have discovered that most erectile dysfunction problems are rooted in 3 factors: impaired arterial blood flow, weakening of the pelvic floor muscles, and loss of venous ability to retain blood in the cavernous bodies of the penis. Most men don't know that erectile dysfunction is not a final sentence. It is simply a sign that blood flow to the corpora cavernosa of the penis is compromised. But here comes the most important thing. This problem can be reversed in most cases without medication. You just need to know the right techniques and apply them consistently. And what I'm going to share with you today are techniques that are typically only taught in medical centers specializing in regenerative sexual medicine. In recent years, I have worked with more than 3,000 patients with erectile dysfunction problems, and I can assure you that 85% of them have experienced significant improvements following exactly the protocols that I'm going to reveal in this video. Men who had been dependent on drugs such as sildenafil or tadalafil for years have managed to reduce their dependence on these pills, and many have been able to eliminate them completely from their lives. But before I go any further, I need to ask you for something that could change your life and the lives of many other men who are going through the same thing as you. Yes, this content is already starting to give you hope. If you feel that someone is finally speaking the truth to you bluntly, I ask you to like this video, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Not only does your support help me keep creating quality content, but it tells YouTube that this is important content that needs to be shown to more people who need it. Each like can be the difference between another man regaining his confidence or continuing to suffer in silence. Now, let's start with the information that can change your life forever. The first thing you need to understand is that an erection is not just a physical process. It is a complex vascular event that involves the perfect coordination between your nervous system and your arteries, your veins, and the smooth muscles of your penis. When any of these elements fail, problems appear. But here comes the good news. All these elements can be strengthened and optimized with the right exercises. To better understand how this process works, let me briefly explain the anatomy of an erection. The penis contains 2 cylindrical structures called corpora cavernosa, which are like sponges filled with tiny spaces that fill with blood during sexual arousal. When the brain sends signals of arousal, the arteries that carry blood to the penis dilate, allowing more blood to enter. At the same time, the veins that normally drain blood from the penis are compressed, trapping the blood inside and creating the rigidity needed for penetration. This process depends on multiple strokes: the health of your arteries, the strength of the pelvic floor muscles that help compress the veins, the flexibility of the penile tissues, and the efficiency of your nervous system to coordinate the entire process. With age, stress, poor diet, and a sedentary lifestyle, all these systems gradually deteriorate. The first exercise I'm going to share with you is what I call deep pelvic breathing. And it is much more powerful than traditional Kegel exercises because it works not only the pelvic floor muscles, but also improves the oxygenation of the entire reproductive system. This exercise is based on vascular rehabilitation techniques that are normally only taught in specialized medical centers and have been used successfully in sexual medicine clinics in Europe and the United States for more than 2 decades. The science behind this exercise is fascinating. When you perform deep diaphragmatic breathing directed towards the pelvis, you are activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for relaxation and vasodilation. This means that you are sending signals to your body to relax the arteries and allow more blood flow to the genitals. At the same time, the controlled contraction of the pelvic floor muscles strengthens the support system that allows the blood trapped in the penis to be kept during erection. I'm going to explain exactly how. Sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor and your back straight, but not stiff. Place one hand on your chest and one on your abdomen, just above your belly button. The position of your hands is crucial because it will help you monitor that you are breathing correctly. Now you're going to breathe in a very specific way. Inhale slowly through your nose for 5 seconds. But instead of just filling your lungs, imagine you're directing air into your pelvis. During the inhalation, you should consciously expand your abdomen and pelvis as if you were inflating a balloon in that area. The hand on the chest should move very little, while the hand on the abdomen should be raised clearly. This ensures that you are using the diaphragm correctly and that you are sending more oxygen to the pelvic region. Hold your breath for 3 seconds. And during this time, you're going to perform a very specific contraction. It is not the strong, sustained contraction of traditional Kegels, but a gentle, progressive contraction. Imagine that your pelvic floor muscles are like an elevator that is slowly going up. Gently contract these muscles, the ones you'd use to stop the flow of urine mid-process. But do it as if you're trying to raise your genitals toward your belly button. Then slowly exhale through your mouth for 7 seconds, imagining that you are sending energy and oxygen directly to your genitals while fully relaxing your pelvic floor muscles. Prolonged exhalation further activates the parasympathetic nervous system and helps consolidate the benefits of exercise. Repeat this process 10 times, 2 times a day. The best time is in the morning, as soon as you wake up and your hormonal system is more active, and at night, before sleeping, when your body is preparing for nighttime regeneration. In my practice, I have seen men report significant improvements in the quality of their erections after just 2 weeks of consistent practice. The reason why this exercise is so effective is due to multiple physiological mechanisms. First, you're training your body to direct more oxygenated blood into the pelvic region, which improves the nutrition of all the tissues in that area. Second, you're strengthening the muscles that help keep that blood in the penis during erection. Third, you're reducing stress and anxiety, which are important psychological factors in erectile dysfunction. The second exercise is what I call pelvic artery activation, and it's so effective that many of my patients consider it their favorite exercise, because they can feel the results almost immediately. This exercise is designed to specifically improve circulation in the arteries that feed the penis, the internal pudendal arteries, and the cavernous arteries. These arteries are relatively small and can easily become clogged with cholesterol deposits, especially after age 50. When this happens, less blood reaches the cavernous bodies of the penis, resulting in weaker or absent erections. The brilliant thing about this exercise is that it uses gravity and muscle movement to create a pumping effect that helps keep these arteries clean and flexible. To perform this exercise, you need to lie on your back on a firm surface, such as your bed or a mat on the floor. The surface should be firm enough for you to do the movement properly, but not so hard that it's uncomfortable. Bend your knees and keep your feet supported, about hip-width apart. Now slowly lift your pelvis toward the ceiling, creating a straight line from your knees to your shoulders. This is the basic bridge position, an exercise you probably know, but we're going to do it in a more specific and therapeutic way. The key is in the control and precision of the movement, not in strength or speed. Once you're in a bridge position, you're going to do something very particular. Contract your buttocks and pelvic floor muscles at the same time. Imagine you're trying to stop the flow of urine and gas. Yes, simultaneously, but do it in a gentle and controlled way. This simultaneous contraction creates compression that helps empty the veins in the pelvis and forces blood to flow through new pathways. Hold this contraction for 5 seconds while holding the bridge position. During these 5 seconds, breathe normally. Don't hold your breath. Then slowly relax and lower your pelvis until you almost touch the floor, but without resting completely. Immediately go back up and repeat the process. The key is in the coordination between the movement of the pelvis and the contraction of the internal muscles. When you go up, you contract. When you go down, you relax. But always keep a slow and controlled pace. It's not about doing the exercise quickly, but about doing it with precision and body awareness. Do 3 sets of 15 repetitions with a 30-second rest between each set. During breaks, lie down and breathe deeply, allowing circulation to stabilize before the next set. This exercise is incredibly effective because it combines several benefits into one. When you elevate your pelvis, you're facilitating venous return, which means you're helping to drain stagnant blood from your pelvic region. This reduces congestion and allows fresh, oxygenated blood to circulate more freely. When you contract your pelvic floor muscles, you're strengthening the support system that allows you to maintain your erections. These muscles act as an elastic band that helps compress the veins of the penis during erection, preventing blood from escaping too quickly. And when you do it in a rhythmic and controlled way, you're creating a pumping effect that improves overall circulation. It's as if you give an internal massage to all the vascular structures of the pelvis, keeping them flexible and functional. But wait, because what comes next is even more revolutionary. Later I will reveal to you the exercise I call the artery unblocker, which can literally open the clogged veins of the penis. And I'll also tell you about a massage technique that my patients describe as miraculous because of its immediate results. I'll also show you an acupressure method that uses specific points on the body to activate the natural erectile response and is based on millennia of traditional Chinese medicine validated by modern science. The third exercise is called pelvic rotation with resistance and is specifically designed to improve the flexibility of the arteries and veins in the genital area. Many men don't realize that stiffness in the arteries is one of the main causes of erectile dysfunction, especially after the age of 50. With age, arteries tend to harden due to the buildup of calcium and cholesterol deposits, a process known as arteriosclerosis. This exercise combines movement, stretching, and strengthening to create an all-round effect on the entire vascular system of the pelvis. The idea is to keep the arteries flexible and elastic like those of a young person so that they can dilate effectively when needed. The science behind this exercise is backed by studies on the importance of movement for vascular health. Research has shown that regular targeted movement can stimulate the production of nitric oxide, a molecule crucial for vasodilation and erectile function. Nitric oxide is literally what causes your arteries to relax and open to allow for more blood flow. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart and your hands on your hips. Make sure you have enough space around to move freely. Now you're going to do slow, wide rotations with your pelvis, as if you were doing hula hoop movements, but in a very controlled and deliberate way. But here's the secret that makes this exercise unlike any other you've done before. As you do the rotations, you're going to contract and relax your pelvic floor muscles following a very specific pattern that I've developed based on principles of advanced pelvic physical therapy. When your pelvis goes forward, contract your muscles as if you're going to stop urinating. This contraction should be firm, but not painful. When your pelvis goes sideways, keep the contraction steady. When it goes backwards, it completely relaxes all the muscles. This pattern of contraction and relaxation creates an internal massage effect that stimulates blood and lymphatic circulation throughout the pelvic region. The forward motion with contraction helps compress the veins and forces the blood to move. Lateral movement with sustained contraction allows vascular structures to stretch and strengthen. And the backward movement with complete relaxation allows fresh blood to enter the region. Do 10 clockwise rotations. Rest for 10 seconds by taking deep breaths, then do 10 counterclockwise rotations. Repeat this cycle 3 full times. At first it may seem a bit complicated to coordinate the movement with the muscle contraction, but with a few days of practice, it becomes completely natural and intuitive. The benefits of this exercise go far beyond sexual enhancement. Many of my patients report less lower back pain, better digestion, greater flexibility in the hips, and an overall sense of vitality and energy. This is because you are stimulating not only genital circulation, but also circulation to important internal organs such as the bowel, prostate, and bladder. In addition, this exercise helps to release accumulated tensions in the pelvic area. Many men, especially those with sedentary jobs, develop stiffness and tension in this area without realizing it. This tension can interfere with sexual function by restricting blood flow and creating energetic blockages. But before I move on to the more advanced exercises, I need to pause to build community with you and all the brave men who are taking control of their sexual health. If you've come this far and you're taking your intimate well-being seriously, write the word vitality in the comments so he knows you're part of this family of men committed to regaining their sexual power naturally. And if you haven't already, be sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss out on the next tips that could change your life forever. Let's continue with the fourth exercise, which is really where you start to see dramatic results. I call it the artery unblocker, and it is based on a vascular rehabilitation technique that is normally only practiced in clinics specialized in sexual medicine. This exercise is specifically designed to improve blood flow in the smaller arteries of the penis, those that often become clogged with cholesterol and calcium deposits with age. What makes this exercise special is that it uses progressive isometric contractions, a technique that was originally developed to rehabilitate patients with vascular lesions, but which we have adapted specifically for erectile dysfunction problems. The technique is based on the principle that gradual muscle contractions can create pressure changes that help clear small arteries and keep them functional. In clinical studies, it has been shown that this type of exercise can improve penile blood flow by up to 35% after 8 weeks of consistent practice. The mechanisms involved include stimulating angiogenesis, forming new blood vessels, improving endothelial function, the inner layer of the arteries, and increasing the natural production of nitric oxide. For this exercise, you need to be completely relaxed, preferably in your bed or in a private place where you will not be interrupted. The environment is important because you need to focus completely on body sensations and muscle control. Lie on your back with your legs slightly apart and your arms at your sides. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths to enter a state of complete relaxation. Now comes the technical part. You're going to perform what we call progressive isometric contractions. Imagine that your pelvic floor muscles are like a 5-story lift, and that you have full control over this lift. You're going to contract these muscles gradually, as if the elevator was going up floor by floor, stopping on each floor for a few seconds. First, very gentle, barely noticeable contraction, as if you were just thinking about contracting your muscles. Hold this gentle contraction for 3 seconds, breathing normally. Second, slightly increase the contraction. A little more tension, but still very controlled. This should be about 20% of your maximum strength. Hold for another 3 seconds. Third, moderate contraction, about 40% of your maximum strength. You should feel the contraction clearly, but without excessive effort. Hold for 3 more seconds. Fourth, strong contraction, about 70% of your maximum strength. You should feel significant, but controllable, tension. Hold for 3 seconds. Fifth, maximum contraction, 100% of your strength, but without pain or excessive tension in other parts of the body. Hold for a full 5 seconds. Here's the crucial trick. Once you get to the 5th floor, the maximum contraction, don't relax it all at once like most people would. Instead, go floor by floor, maintaining control on each level for 3 seconds. This gradual relaxation technique is just as important as progressive contraction. Fourth, reduces contraction to 70%. Hold for 3 seconds. Third, reduces to 40%. Hold for 3 seconds. Second floor reduces to 20%. Hold 3 seconds. First contraction, I hold 3 seconds. Ground floor complete relaxation. This technique of gradual contraction and relaxation creates an incredibly effective pumping effect that literally forces blood to circulate through the smaller vessels, opening them up and keeping them flexible. It's like giving a deep massage to your entire internal vascular system. Do 5 full reps of this elevator ride. Rest for 2 minutes breathing deeply and repeat 2 more times. In total, there are 15 complete progressive contractions. Breaks are important because they allow circulation to stabilize and profits to consolidate. Most of my patients notice a warm, tingling sensation in the genital area after the first set, which is an excellent sign that circulation is improving. Some even report sensations similar to those experienced during sexual arousal, which is completely normal and indicates that exercise is working. The fifth exercise is what I consider the most revolutionary of all because it combines acupressure, isometric exercise, and breathing techniques in a single super effective movement. I call it the PowerPoint activation, and it's based on the knowledge of specific acupressure points that have been used for millennia to improve male sexual function. This exercise is based on principles of traditional Chinese medicine that have been validated by modern neuroscience. Specifically, we use what's known as the huiyin or perineum point, which is directly connected to the nerves and blood vessels that control erectile function. Modern science has confirmed that this point contains a high concentration of nerve determinations of the parasympathetic nervous system, specifically the pudendal nerve, which is crucial for erectile function. When you stimulate this point correctly, you're sending direct signals to the erectile control center in the spinal cord, activating physiological responses that favor sexual function. Recent research in neurology has shown that stimulation of specific points of the perineum can increase the activity of unrated nitric oxide, the enzyme responsible for producing nitric oxide in the tissues of the penis. This translates into a better capacity for vasodilation and therefore stronger and longer-lasting erections. Sit in a comfortable chair with your feet flat on the floor. Using the middle finger of your right or left hand if you're left-handed, locate the specific spot between the anus and the base of the scrotum. You should gently palpate until you find a small depression or softer area between the muscles. This is the huiyin point, and when you press it correctly, you should feel a particular sensation, not painful, but distinctive. Now you're going to apply firm, but not painful pressure at this point, about the same pressure you would apply to gently wake someone up. While maintaining this pressure, you're going to perform the deep pelvic breathing you learned in the first exercise, but with some specific modifications. While maintaining the pressure at the point, inhale deeply, directing the air towards the pelvis for 5 seconds, consciously expanding the abdomen and pelvic region in the 3-second holding phase. Very slightly increase the pressure of the finger, no more than 10%, and gently contract the pelvic floor muscles, as if you wanted to push up against your finger. During the 7-second exhale, keep the finger pressure steady, but completely relax your internal muscles. Visualize that you are sending healing and revitalizing energy directly to your genitals through this connection point. Repeat this process 10 full times, always keeping the pressure constant at the acupressure point. It can feel uncomfortable or awkward at first, especially if you've never done acupressure before. But after a few days, you'll notice that it's tremendously relaxing and energizing at the same time. Many of my patients describe a feeling of awakening in the genital area after this exercise. Some report feelings of warmth, tingling, or even mild sexual arousal, all of which is completely normal. It indicates that the exercise is activating the right mechanisms. The beauty of this technique is that you can do it pretty much anywhere you have privacy. It requires no special equipment, makes no noise, and the benefits are immediate and cumulative. The sixth exercise is what I call pelvic walking. And it's probably the simplest of them all, but also one of the most effective for everyday use. This exercise is designed so that you can do it anytime, anywhere, even while walking down the street, in the office, or doing everyday activities. The premise is simple, but incredibly powerful. While walking normally, you will rhythmically contract your pelvic floor muscles, following the natural rhythm of your steps. With each step of the right foot, you contract your muscles. With each step of the left foot, you relax. This creates a natural pumping pattern that improves circulation with every step you take throughout the day. What makes this exercise special is that it leverages an activity you already do naturally, walking, to create specific therapeutic benefits. Instead of requiring extra time in your routine, you simply optimize an activity you're already doing. But there is a specific technique to do it correctly and get maximum benefits. The contraction should not be maximum, but rather 1.4% of your maximum strength. It's strong enough to feel clearly, but not so strong that it causes muscle fatigue or discomfort. In addition, you should keep your breathing natural and relaxed throughout the exercise. Don't hold your breath or force it. The pattern should step straight, contraction, more normal breathing. Left step, more relaxation, more normal breathing. Coordination may seem complicated at first, but after a few days of practice, it becomes as automatic as walking itself. It's important to start gradually so you don't get fatigued. Start by doing this exercise for 5 minutes a day, preferably during your morning walk or on your way to work. Morning activation is particularly beneficial because your testosterone level is naturally higher in the mornings, and pelvic floor exercises can boost these natural hormone levels. You can gradually increase the time until you reach 15 or 20 minutes a day. Once you master the technique, you can even do it during longer walks or while running errands, maximizing the benefits without investing extra time. The beauty of this exercise is that it is completely invisible to others. You can do it anywhere without anyone showing up at work, in the supermarket, walking in the park, or even at social events. The results of pelvic walking are cumulative and progressive. At first you may not notice dramatic changes, but after 2 weeks of consistent practice, many of my patients report firmer, longer-lasting erections, especially spontaneous morning erections, which are a key indicator of penile vascular health. Morning erections, medically known as nocturnal penile tumescence, are a sign that your vascular and hormonal system is functioning properly. Healthy men experience between 3 and 5 erections during the night, especially during REM phases of sleep. If you've noticed that you no longer have regular morning erections, this exercise can help restore this natural pattern. And now we come to the 7th and final exercise, the one I have saved for last because it is really the most surprising of all for its simplicity and effectiveness. I call it the venous activation massage, and it's based on lymphatic drainage techniques specifically tailored to improve male sexual function. This exercise works directly on the veins of the penis to improve both inflow and blood retention during erection. Many men don't know that erectile dysfunction isn't always due to arterial flow problems, blood coming in, but also venous retention problems, blood that leaks too quickly. In a normal erection, not only must enough blood enter the penis, but the veins must be compressed to prevent that blood from draining too quickly. This venous entrapment mechanism is crucial for maintaining firm and long-lasting erections. With age, veins can lose elasticity and the muscles that compress them can weaken, resulting in what we medically call venous leakage. The massage you're going to learn is specifically designed to improve venous tone and strengthen the muscles that aid in venous entrapment. It also improves lymphatic drainage, which is crucial for keeping penile tissues healthy and free from inflammation. To perform this massage, you need absolute privacy, preferably after a hot shower, when the tissues are relaxed and circulation is naturally activated by heat. The heat dilates the blood vessels and makes the tissues more receptive to therapeutic massage. With your hands completely clean and using a natural oil, such as organic coconut oil, sweet almond oil or jojoba oil, you will perform specific massages from the base of the penis to the tip, following the natural pattern of venous and lymphatic drainage. It is crucial that you understand that this is not a sexual massage. The objective is not to generate sexual arousal, but to stimulate lymphatic and venous flow for therapeutic purposes. The mental attitude should be medicinal, as if you were performing physical therapy. Place the penis in an upright position, holding it gently with one hand at the base. With the other hand, using the thumb and forefinger, forming a soft ring. You are going to make a very delicate milking movement from the base to the glands. The pressure should be firm but gentle. Imagine you're moving liquid through a soft hose. It should not be painful or generate sexual arousal. If you feel excitement building, stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and adjust the pressure and intention. Do this movement 10 times with one hand. Keep your penis relaxed for 30 seconds. Then switch and do it 10 times with the other hand. Then, with both hands, perform very gentle circular massages at the base of the penis, where it connects to the scrotum. This area of the base is particularly important because it contains many lymphatic vessels that frequently become congested with age, stress, and lack of movement. Gentle circular massages help to drain this congestion and improve overall circulation. Finish the massage by gently pressing with the palm of your hand on the entire genital area, including the penis, scrotum, and perineum area. Hold this gentle pressure for 30 seconds while breathing deeply and slowly. This final step helps to integrate all the benefits of the massage and activate the relaxation response of the nervous system. Perform this massage 3 times a week, preferably in the evening before bed, when your body is in recovery mode. It is important that you maintain a non-sexual therapeutic attitude throughout the process. The goal is to heal and strengthen, not to generate pleasure or excitement. Many of my patients tell me that after incorporating this massage into their weekly routine, they notice not only better erections, but also increased sensitivity during sex, more intense orgasms, and an overall sense of greater connection to their sexuality. Now that you know the full 7 exercises, it's critical that you understand the importance of gradual and progressive implementation. One of the most common mistakes men make is trying to do all the exercises from day one, which can result in muscle fatigue, discouragement, and dropping out of the program. My professional recommendation is that you implement the exercises in a staggered manner for 3 weeks. During the first week, focus solely on mastering exercises 1, 2, and 3. This will allow you to establish a solid foundation and develop the necessary coordination before adding additional complexity. The first week is crucial because you're establishing new neuromuscular patterns. Your brain needs time to learn how to coordinate these specific movements, and your muscles need time to adapt to the new demands. If you try to do too much, too soon, you can create muscle and mental confusion. During the second week, keep the first 3 exercises, but add exercises 4 and 5. At this point, you should be comfortable with the basic movements, and your body will be ready for the additional challenges of more advanced exercises. In the third week, incorporate exercises 6 and 7 to complete the full program. By this time, you should have a well-established routine and start noticing the first significant benefits. A typical and effective daily routine would be to spread out exercises throughout the day to maximize benefits without creating fatigue. Routine: 5 to 7 a.m., Exercise 1. Deep pelvic breathing, and Exercise 2. Pelvic artery activation. The morning schedule takes advantage of naturally high testosterone levels and prepares your system for the day. Mid-afternoon routine: 2 to 4 p.m., Exercise 3. Pelvic rotation, and Exercise 4. Artery unblocker. This time of day is ideal because you have enough energy, but you're not as stimulated as you are in the morning. Walking routine during your daily activities. Exercise 6. Pelvic walking. It integrates naturally into your day without requiring additional time. Routine: 8 to 10 p.m., Exercise 5. PowerPoint activation, and Exercise 7. Venous activation massage. Only 3 times a week. The evening schedule is perfect for exercises that require greater concentration and privacy. In total, we're talking about 20 to 30 minutes a day spread throughout the day, which is very manageable even for men with busy schedules. It is essential that you understand that these exercises are not an instant magic solution. They are a natural therapy that requires time, consistency, and patience to show results. However, evidence from my clinical practice shows consistent patterns of improvement after 1 to 2 weeks, subtle improvements in overall sense of sexual vitality, and occasional firmer morning erections. After 4 to 6 weeks, moderate improvements in the firmness and duration of erections, greater ease of achieving arousal. After 8 to 12 weeks, significant changes in sexual function, including firmer erections, longer duration, better control, and increased overall libido. It's also crucial that you combine these exercises with lifestyle habits that support vascular and hormonal health. Proper hydration is essential. You should drink at least 2.5 liters of pure water daily to maintain optimal blood volume and allow all circulatory processes to function efficiently. Regular cardio exercise perfectly complements these specific exercises. Activities such as brisk walking for 30 minutes, swimming, biking, or dancing keep arteries flexible, strengthen the heart, and improve the overall capacity of the circulatory system. Diet plays a huge role in men's sexual health. Antioxidant-rich foods such as blueberries, strawberries, pomegranates, walnuts, and 85% dark chocolate help protect blood vessels from oxidative damage caused by free radicals. Foods rich in nitric oxide precursors are especially beetroot, watermelon, garlic, onion, dark green leafy vegetables, and celery. These foods provide the necessary components for your body to produce nitric oxide naturally, improving vasodilation and erectile function. Avoid or significantly reduce alcohol, which is a nervous system depressant and can interfere with erection mechanisms. Tobacco is absolutely toxic to sexual function because it directly damages the small blood vessels in the penis. Processed foods high in refined sugar, trans fats, and chemical preservatives create systemic inflammation that can damage the vascular endothelium and counteract all the benefits of exercise. Stress management is absolutely crucial to sexual function. Chronic stress raises cortisol levels, a hormone that not only interferes with testosterone production, but also causes vascular constriction and reduces the availability of nitric oxide. Effective stress management techniques, daily meditation, even 10 minutes can make a difference. Regular yoga or Tai Chi practice, time in nature, regular physical exercise, and deep breathing techniques. Also consider activities that you enjoy. Music, art, gardening, reading that help you disconnect from daily stress. Quality sleep is critical to male sexual health. During deep sleep is when your body produces the most testosterone and growth hormone, both crucial for sexual function and when the most important processes of vascular repair are performed. Try to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. Maintain regular sleep schedules. Avoid screens at least an hour before bedtime, and create a dark and cool environment in your bedroom. The quality of sleep can have a dramatic impact on your results. Your future self will thank you for the choices you make today. Healthy sexual function is not a luxury. It is a right you have as a man no matter your age. These exercises represent decades of clinical research condensed into a practical protocol that you can implement today. So, which exercise are you going to start with today? Let me know in the comments. If you've made it this far and are committed to regaining your sexual vitality naturally, write natural power in the comments so you know who the real warriors of men's health are. And if you found this information useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate notifications. Don't keep this information to yourself. Just share this video with a friend you know needs it. And very important, watch this next video right now on foods that naturally boost testosterone, because if you don't optimize your diet, all these exercises will only be half as effective.